We are wrestling with WWE Mega Champions 2023. Our review took place in the city of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and
Return to the Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
it was at the Pontiac Silverdome, and the attendance was 13,000.
It was the Astrodome.
Kind of seemed like there was a lot more people than 13,000, but there you go. It's pretty cut and dry, but I mean, there was a quality to the matches at least, and that was entertaining. That was my overall view of the show. What was your thought on the show as a whole, Kalika?
Other than the fact that I had like a gang of mimosas prior to it, I think it was a good show. I mean, honestly, the PLEs don't really miss because it continues the story. So as long as they do that, that's all I need done. As long as they understand that assignment, I'm happy.
As a whole, Scooter, what do you think of the show?
On the whole, I thought it was good on my whole. Um, it it was an on par show. Uh, it it was really wonderful watching Sami Zayn enter and him entering into a country that was at war with his ancestral homeland for a long time.
Right.
Um,
And obviously, Sami Zayn, brokered the deal between Saudi Arabia and Syria to have peace, so he could come and perform for them. So,
yeah. Zayn for uh, either head of the United Nations or Secretary of Foreign Relations.
right, let's get into the matches. The first match, the tournament finals for the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins defeated AJ Styles in 20 minutes and 40 seconds. When you have AJ Styles and Seth Rollins in the same ring, how could it not be good, right, Kalika?
I mean, it was good. It was solid. I think it could have been better. Yeah, but I think that's probably because AJ just getting back. Don't want to push it too much. Everybody kind of figured who was going to win. I mean, to me, the Georgia in me was like AJ Styles. The fan in me was like Seth Rollins. And
So, it wasn't necessarily. I think that I would say it would maybe take a little less good enjoyment out of it, knowing that Seth Rollins was just going to win win the match for obvious reasons. But what say you, Scooter?
Uh, Styles and Rollins, always deliver. Uh, the fact that they were building on the history of it, uh, their time in Ring of Honor, um, was great. Um, it was it was a good match. Not necessarily not a. I would say it's exactly 4 stars, but it was decent for what it was trying to do.
How many stars do you give it, Scooter?
I will give it 3.5.
Kaliko?
3.5 because you knew who was gonna win.
Yeah, I'll give it 3.5 as well. Didn't go on further. Alright, the next match, Trish Stratus defeated Becky Lynch in 14 minutes and 50 seconds. Wasn't necessarily feeling the match. It kind of seemed like the crowd was dead after the Seth Rollins match. I mean, they should have been trained for that whole Bills-esque ring gear that Becky Lynch wore, but hey, I digress. Um, it could have been better, but I like the ending that they brought Zoe Starks in to interfere on behalf of Trish Stratus. What say you, Kalika?
It did put a wrinkle in it, and it made it to where the match, because the thing was, if Becky had a won, then there would be no reason.
Right.
The story understood the assignment, for lack of better terms.
You know, it essentially brings Zoe Starks up to have big profile matches with Becky Lynch, obviously protect Trish Stratus and progress the storyline. What say you, Scooter?
Uh, Again, another match that was good. It wasn't. It was, but again, it wasn't above expectation.
How many stars you give it, Scooter?
I will give it 3.
Kaliko?
3.25. It gave Zoe somebody. It brought Zoe into the limelight without being dull, which is hella help for women nowadays.
I will give it 3 stars as well. Alright, Gunther defeated Mustafa Ali to retain his Intercontinental Championship in 8 minutes and 35 seconds. What's your favorite fruit, Kaliko?
That wasn't a squash. That was a murder scene. Because I swear to God, I was the way he threw. When he threw Mustafa Ali across that pole, I was like, God damn, just throw the towel. I felt like Rocky 3. Throw the towel. Rocky 4. Throw the towel. Just throw the towel. Because that's exactly what I need. Yeah, boy.
I just want to know, did it contain seeds or not?
I mean, shit. It didn't need a seed. He rolled him up like a blunt. No seeds.
Oh my god, Scooter.
Mm, yeah. Uh, this was Arabian Nuts.
How many stars do you give it, Scooter?
Uh, I give it Durka stars. Um, 2.5.
Kaliko?
The only reason I even give it 3 because when Mustafa Ali had a little hope, the whole crowd was like, "Wow!" Right? And then Gunther just murdered him and just called it a day.
Yeah,
So
Nope.
going home now.
3 for the crowd. 3 for the crowd.
I give it 2.5. Alright, the next match, Asuka defeated Bianca Belair to win the Raw Women's Championship in 15 minutes. A solid match. Obviously, Asuka and Bianca are incredible athletes. I just didn't feel as emotionally as invested in this one because the moment was WrestleMania. It wasn't winning the championship. Asuka's won a million championships from the best of them on every other day of the week other than WrestleMania Day. And that's kind of what took my enjoyment out of this match. Okay, Asuka's champion again. Great. She dethroned Bianca. Great. Okay, what is she doing next year at WrestleMania, honestly? Scooter.
Mm, are you asking me what she's actually doing at WrestleMania next year?
I mean, essentially,
Or, well, she's losing, clearly.
obviously, if we'll continue on the trend of Bianca and Asuka.
I mean, again, I'm still wondering why the hell they decided it was a chili pepper mist, and yet it doesn't burn the shit out of Oscar's mouth.
Her mouth is coated in a special ingredient that prevents.
Okay, Homer. Um, Also, why haven't they switched the belts?
What do you mean?
Oscar's being promoted as the Raw Women's Champion on SmackDown,
Correct.
and vice versa.
What's your point?
They made a big deal of it last time when the champions exchanged the belts.
I mean, Vince isn't there anymore.
Oh yes, the Raw Women's Champion of SmackDown. Yes. So now it's going to be the Raw SmackDown Women's Championship and the SmackDown Raw Women's Championship.
You are correct.
Oh, totally not complicated at all.
The letters, the letters blue will be uh, put in red.
The letters blue. I didn't know blue was a letter.
The letters in blue will be in red. Yes.
Um, I'm kind of surprised they pulled the trigger on taking the belt off Bianca.
I mean, somebody that held the championship for over 300 days needed to lose it at some point.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's say you, Kalika.
I think he dropped out.
Oh, well, we will get back to Kaliko when he comes back. Other than that, what? How many stars did you give this one? Scooter?
Another 3 stars.
Yeah, I'll give it 3 stars. Yep. Kalika?
There we go.
There you go. Your thoughts on Bianca and Asuka? Oh, did we lose Kaliko again?
Mm, doesn't look like it.
Kalika?
He
Yep.
well, now we did.
Yeah, we lost. Oh, and here he is, back from the dead. Kaliko. Can you hear me?
Blink twice if you can hear us. I said blink, not whistle.
You're being joined by a cricket.
With supersonic jetpacks strapped to my legs.
Wait.
Now, let's see this again. Let's try this again.
Here we go.
Geez. Now, as I was saying before all this stuff, probably didn't hear none of it. I understand that you were upset with Bianca winning at Mania. I think a lot of people were, but I think Bianca's entrance and the girl's mother dying the day of the performance kind of had a little oomph on it, and that's why that I think Bianca retained. I think it was more of a monumental moment for that girl than Bianca. But when Asuka turned heel, they understood the assignment and won the belt. In order for things to change, you must change, right? Now, with Asuka winning as a heel, I just think, because to me, Asuka never loses because she can't fight, right?
Right.
So to me, if they give her this heelish attitude with the "I will whoop your ass" attitude that she had in NXT, we could get the Asuka that we had before Charlotte fucked it all up for everybody.
How many stars? How many stars do you give this one?
3.5 because the storyline, it actually made sense.
Alright. Next match. Rhea Ripley defeated Natalya on her birthday in 1 minute and 10 seconds to retain the Raw SmackDown Women's Championship. Kaliko, what's your favorite food?
If it's under 2 minutes, is it really a squash?
I mean, it was 1 minute 10.
I mean, I feel bad for Natalya. It literally made me feel bad for Natalya. Because I'm on the record. I think Natalya is probably the most underrated wrestler ever. The right wrestler in the wrong era. And by the time all these girls got their shit together, she's already out the game. They already pushing her out the paint. And yeah, it's just like damn. I felt more like damn than anything else. This is like damn.
How did you feel, Scooter?
I took a piss and then it was over.
I went to get something to drink and it was over. Alright,
I was pouring my mimosa and it was over.
how many stars do you give with Kaliko?
I mean, it was 1 minute 10. I can't rate, not rated, not applicable.
I mean, I'll give it one star and 1/10 for every minute and second that they were in the match.
I will give it one shiny turd up.
Next match, Brock Lesnar defeated Cody Rhodes by technical submission in 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Well, it wasn't a bad match. Obviously, there's good storytelling being told. I kind of feel like they're just using the sympathy card for Cody at this point. They're trying to recreate what happened at Hell in a Cell last year, but with Brock Lesnar. And it's just not hitting as well. I mean, I've seen like about 50 memes on Reddit about, oh well, Cody's gonna be in a full body cast the next time they wrestle. He's gonna be in a wheelchair. It's going to be worse than a spontaneous combustion is gonna happen in the ring.
Hey, that's my gimmick.
Exactly, gimmick infringement. I just wish
Uh,
that they would do. Cody's a strong fighter. He could hang with Brock Lesnar. That could just be the story there. And it doesn't seem like they're going that route. That's my personal feelings on it.
I don't think, if you're looking at this legit, that Cody could stand toe to toe with Brock in a fight. Um, that being said, I'm pretty sure that yeah, the that booking is monitoring, the subreddits and blogs and tweets, and they're trying to subvert the logical things to do with Cody. Okay, Cody comes back and wins the Rumble, but no, no, they think he's the one to end Roman's reign. Nope. Uh, oh wait, he can't get a rematch. We'll put him with Brock Lesnar and have Brock turn on him, which clearly could have seen coming a mile away. Even Stevie Wonder could. Uh, and then, oh, you have Cody beat Brock in their first match. I didn't think that was going to happen.
I don't think so either.
And now, with Money in the Bank, it's like, oh, Money in the Bank belongs to Cody. Nope, it does not. Simply because they want another blow off match uh, with Brock, which at this point it can't be Hell in a Cell. It can't be.
A Hell in a Cell match had Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be a Last Man Standing match. What? Like, I mean, unless it's going to be a literal British gimmick match.
A Danny Brooke match.
It's uh, the only other match I could see it being is either an Ultimate Submission match or an I Quit match.
Oh god. Neither sounds like a fun way to end this.
See, I think they're trying to get the most out of Cody in terms of what hasn't been done before Cody gets a run with the belt, because now Cody's story continues indefinitely. So I'm not sure if they meant to do this on purpose, but now if and when Cody becomes champion, it's going to be a surprise.
What say you, Kaliko? did we lose to the Cody?
No. But personally, honestly, everything he said made sense. Because to me, if I think they have a pulse on the reaction of people when people finish a story. Like when Kofi Mania happened, people were already like, okay, on to the next story. Right?
Right.
So honestly, with him and Triple H said it best, sometimes the story doesn't finish when you want it to. The story something that you really want will never happen when you want it, but it'll always happen on time. And for Cody, it's going to happen on time because I don't see him winning Money in the Bank. I see Brock. I see this thing going to SummerSlam.
Oh yeah.
Um, so it gives, and he's on Raw, which he still has to finish something with Seth.
Correct.
So right now, Seth is fighting champion face Seth. In
Right.
order for him to finish it with Seth, Seth has to go heel.
Correct.
So think that through. So the story was never with Roman. I don't know why people thought he was going to beat Roman. The story was never with Roman. The story was with Seth. It just happened to be Roman because Roman had the belt and they just couldn't think of any other way to get them bitches off of him. Or one of them bitches off of him. So now, since they're back to the two belt split, now they could actually run it the right way. Which to me is a Seth Cody Mania title match.
But do you turn Seth heel even though he's incredibly hot at the moment? Or do you call it, or do you say, hey, these guys are both faces and then you decide?
I think they're gonna go. I'll put it this way: if it doesn't happen by then, they're just gonna be like, "You decide." Because the problem is that Seth never really was a face in the first place. People just like the theme song and the fact, and in his defense, he has a cultish following as well.
This is true.
So, so it's just a byproduct of people were like, "Oh my God, this dude needed a title run and he couldn't get it because Roman was hogging it all." And now, when you get to the point where Seth has the title run and can actually legitimize the titles, that's when Cody pops in the picture. Because I don't expect Cody to pop in the picture for another 9 months. Because he's going to be busy to SummerSlam, and
He's going to be
he's
busy
going to have
with
to
Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss will give birth to Cody.
pretty much.
Yes.
But so he's going to be busy to get himself back up there. And to me, that's pretty good because to me, it's a page out of the New Japan callback play style. And I like that when they do that because the rematch wouldn't have done shit for him.
Right. Alright, how many stars do you give Cody and Brock this time around for the cup?
3?
Scooter?
Uh, 3.5 because it ended via technical submission, the best kind of submission.
And I give it 3 stars as well. Alright, and that brings us to our main event. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeated Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa to retain their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships in 26 minutes and 25 seconds. Everything about this hit. just with Sammy coming out, and speaking to the people in another language and
Farsi. Is it Farsi?
No, it's Arabic.
one of
Arabic.
those
Okay,
languages.
Arabic.
I'm not trying to get killed here, guys. Um, and then obviously the match itself was actually pretty good as well. And then the whole story that Bloodline can bust literally on the 1000th day of Roman's reign. You can't write better shit than that. And when you say at WrestleMania, oh, I'm pissed Roman won, and then you see this, it kind of lightens that aggravation at that point because this was good shit. What say you, Scudo?
I absolutely agree. This was something that it hit. It literally was great on every aspect. Storytelling, action, making the bloodline vulnerable. It fired on all cylinders.
What say you, Kaliko?
There's been a lot of stories in WWE, but I've never seen a story in which a 3 year story captivates. Honestly, this might be the best story they've done ever. But because as much as people hate Roman having the belt, everything is so relatable, and I love how as long as it took for them to get to the peak, it's going to take as long for them to dismantle. It's not like a demolition. It's brick by brick. The same way it was built brick by brick, it'll be taken apart brick by brick. And that's how it should be. I mean, and everybody's won an outsider to kill Roman, but to pun him, Rome is killed within. It's never killed without. It's always killed within.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's gonna kill him. It's the family, because now it, it's pretty much the blood, the how's it mixing family with the business, and now it's about to figure out what's fit to go down. What's more important, family or the business? But Jimmy's face, man, when he kicked him and he screamed, it felt like a long time coming. It felt like someone who got abused, to be quite honest.
Oh yeah.
And Jay played it fucking great. He had that look like we about to get a whooping type shit. Jimmy did something, and the parents are literally right outside the driveway coming in the house. Like, we are fucked. Like, he knew they were fucked.
The thing
So
about it is, oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
no, go ahead, because to me that's what got me into it. It's just I relate to that on all cylinders with family. It's just
It it given what happened on SmackDown last night, I'm convinced that they don't. They're really unsure about making Roman himself vulnerable because we got another bait and switch with Solo faking out Jimmy and Jay and siding with Roman. So they're scared. They are terrified.
Now, here's what I'm going to say. To the defense of that, I don't think Roman has to be vulnerable in order for it to happen because of the fact that it's his ego, right?
Right.
The ego is what's going to get him. It's not the fact that he started this by himself and it's going to come around to the point where he doesn't need him, and that's what's going to get him. To me, it's not the fact that he's running around scared. It's the arrogance is what gets him there, and the arrogance is what's going to destroy him.
Right. And we've seen that. Like every match that he's had, we defending the championship, he's barely scraping by to win those matches. And what gets him over the edge, gives him the edge advantage. Well, it's the Usos, it's Solo, it's some type of outside interference that gives him that little push to win that match. But what happens when that edge isn't there? But my question is, the story here is Jay and Roman, obviously. Can you see Jay winning the championships from Roman?
Oh, now it's championship. Let's make that
Yes,
clear.
championship. Yeah. Can I?
Uh,
Yeah, I can because he was the guy. It's gonna have to be him because he was the guy that was against this in the first place.
Right.
It's gonna have to be him. And unless they're going to play an angle in which Jay causes him, which causes Roman and Jay to tussle. But if that is not the case, it has to be Jay.
I agree. Alright, Scuro, how many stars do you give this one?
I'm gonna give it 4.5.
Kaliko?
5, just because of the story. It was just you can't. Everything played right. And little side note, Sammy, man, this motherfucker got 2 hometown entrances in 1 year. CM Punk can't even get that. Just saying.
Very true. Um, I'm torn between 4.5 and 5. So you know what? It was good shit. I'll give it 5. Alright, that will actually thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Scooter.
Thumbs up.
Kaliko?
PLE's continued. Thumbs up.
I feel like this was a thumbs in the middle type PLE, but with everything that happened with the bloodline in that last match, this is 100% a thumbs up. Alright, that'll conclude our coverage of WWE Night of Champions.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.